Connor, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. We need someone to blow these balloons.
A little nervous.
And what do you know about this campaign?
I know he's 37 years old right now. I know he's old enough to be president.
Here, do we open the house?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. This is happening, okay? Ratliff 2012, okay? We're going to the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next president and mine, Mr. Connor Ratliff!
One clap, please. Just one. That was awesome. Well played.
I did a video shoot once and they would do the clap off screen. And I was like, oh, I don't think you know what the clap's for. I don't think you're familiar with what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's also for syncing up sound, so it can't be off if it's off screen. If it's syncing up sound, you just need the sound to sync to the sound.
There's an actual link to the video, to the what's happening on
To
screen.
the sound of the video.
Feel free
You might have sound.
Oh, all right.
That's fine.
I'll give them that.
All right, Noah, do you want to go ahead and start the meeting?
Sure. I'm gonna pass out some polling data, okay? I want you to just kind of take a look at it. Let me know what you see, what you don't see.
I had worked for him before I organized a focus group, but he fired me because the focus group showed that he had 0% chance of winning. But then he hired me again out of fear that I would go work for one of the other campaigns and share knowledge.
All right, Rasmussen tracking
Yeah.
is showing Obama 46, Romney 46.
Right.
All right,
There's a tie.
yeah, but that's not 100. There's 8% there gone, right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's me, right? We factor that in, that's me?
Could
We
that
can't-
have been you and it just didn't end up on the chart?
Possibly. That's a great point.
See, because I'm inclined to believe that it is just an honest oversight.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're polling at 8%.
Well, I also want to just put out there that there are other candidates running too that could fit into that 8% that are unaccounted for.
Can
Okay.
we have a poll that's just looking at that 8%?
Yeah, can we have that?
Do we have a contact there?
At where?
Rasmussen.
I'm.
It's not really your area.
It's-
You don't.
yeah, it's-
Rasmussen's not press.
That's-
you need to get
that's
with
generally
You're
the-
my pollster. You need to get with Rasmussen.
Well, I've been conducting my own polls, and every single person I ask who isn't already working for you has never heard of you or that you're a candidate.
At Rasmussen. Do you know anyone at Rasmussen that you could get me into? Like, I don't know.
What are you picturing happening? I call
like
Rasmussen.
polling people. Like you're in the polling industry. Like you have friends. You not have any
Just
friends.
tell me what
in
you're
the
imagining.
industry.
I call Rasmussen, and then what happens?
Like get that 8% listed. My 8%. It's 46 Obama, 46 Romney. It's 8% from me, and I'm not listed. And I feel like
We're
you can't build
undetermined.
from that 8% if I'm not even going to be listed on the graph.
If you had all 8%, they would list you. They used to list Perot when he was running against Clinton and Bush won, when he had under 5%.
All right, so we're living in the 90s, is what you're saying. Don't you think things are different? There wasn't even internet back then. Things have changed. You need to talk, make some friends in your business, network, schmooze. You need to like.
I'll
I
call
don't know.
Rasmussen, but I don't.
Do we
think
need to hold a thing where we like get all these like Gallup and Rasmussen and all these pollsters will have like a party?
The other polls have failed to mention Connor. Connor gets very upset about that and blames me. I'm not sure that's my responsibility, but I'm sympathetic that it's frustrating. They're
just
not
not
very
good numbers.
promising.
You're not coming up with good numbers.
That's not. I shouldn't be measured on
Are you
what.
saying the numbers are good?
They're not good.
All right, and who's that on? That's on you.
It's
you're,
on
you're the
you
numbers
for
guy.
not running a good enough campaign. I'm just
I'm
finding out.
not the one who runs the poll numbers.
Yeah, and
I am sick and tired of being the one getting blamed for my low poll numbers when I'm not the pollster.
The poll numbers are not promising, but that's not on the person conducting the poll.
Can I make an analogy? All right, if you go to a bakery and you eat a cake made by the bakery and then the cake tastes like garbage, you blame the baker. You don't blame the cake.
No.
And in this case, you are the pollster, aka
That's
the
a bad
baker.
analogy. You're like blaming the weatherman because it rains.
Of course, I do blame the weatherman if it rains.
am I optimistic about the campaign? I am optimistic that we are doing a campaign right now. We have a staff, we have a speechwriter, a publicist, we have a pollster, we have a rapid response guy, we have a scheduling person, we have a candidate. So I'm very optimistic that we are running a campaign right now. Things could change, but for the time being, I think we definitely have that going on.
I may be just a kid, but I'm right about one thing. Lee Thornton's White Sale. The White Sale continues with 7.9% APR financing on selected models, no matter what color. 7.9 on Fieros, Sunbirds, Bonnevilles, and the Grand Prix. 7.9 on four-cylinder Pontiac 6000s. And half-ton two-wheel or four-wheel drive GMC pickups. I'm right about one thing. Lee Thornton Pontiac Honda GMC is the right place to buy your new car.
So Connor, you're running for president.
I'm here to formally announce my intention to run for the office of the President of the United States.
Wow.
Woo!
Thank you.
I guess I'll say this about Connor. He's really run a clean campaign, and I was the first television personality to endorse him on my unsuccessful public access TV show. And I was later joined by one former cast member of Survivor who also endorsed Connor.
You know who I want in the driver's seat? Connor Ratliff. That's who I'm voting for president. And you know why? Because he's 35.
Boston, thank you. It's great to be here. My name is Connor Ratliff. I am running for President of the United States of America. Now, I'm wondering if anyone can tell me how old the Constitution says you have to be in order to be President of the United States. 35. 35 years old. In the history of this country, the Founding Fathers, they put that number in there for a reason. 35. 35 years old. And what have we done as a country? Over and over again, we have elected president after president after president in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. Already in this political season, we have seen Michelle Bachmann, age 55, drummed out of the race because of her advanced age. Herman Cain, age 66. Gotta go, buddy. That's too old. You're not even close to 35. I'll give a button if anyone can tell me how old Boston is. Now, I'm going to lay some shocking statistics on you. 381 years. That's a lot of years, right? That is only 5 Mitt Romneys. It is only 7 Barack Obamas. It is 10 Connor Ratliffs. There's a number in the Constitution, and the number is 35. I'm 35 years old. If you care at all about what the Founding Fathers wanted, you'll vote for someone who's 35. They didn't write about 36-year-old people, or 37-year-old people, or 50-year-old people. They wrote about people who are 35. I'm 35. I should be the president.
So let's move on to item 2 here. This is 8/27/2012. We all know what this day is. This is Connor's birthday. He will be turning 37 years old.
Yeah.
I'll say we dealt with 36. I think we did a great job with that.
When I began my campaign for the presidency, I made a statement that at the time was entirely truthful. I am 35 years old. 35! That's how old I am! 35! That's how old I am! 35! That's how old I am!
I think the moment that I knew that I had made the right choice by joining this campaign was when Connor first dealt with turning 36.
Several days ago, I experienced a birthday. I am now 36 years old.
Which was unanticipated for his campaign. Or, well, it was anticipated, but it was, for the people following his campaign, a step removed from what they had expected.
Many of you are disappointed by this, but I ask you, what is the difference between 35 and 36? The difference is 1. As in, hey, who won the presidency? Connor Ratliff did, and he's only 37.
And I felt like that the issue of 36 had been dealt with honesty and with directness, but in a way that also harkened back to all of the fundamental principles of this campaign.
This campaign was never about who is or who isn't 35 years old. It's about me, and how I'm old enough to be president. I don't know if this is something that I need to get out in front of, like when Obama had the Jeremiah Wright speech.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ideally, I would like to...
I think this is what that is for you.
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to... He got a lot of, like, good buzz after that, where people were like, what a great speech. So I would really like to knock it out of the park so that just, like, turn a liability into an asset.
Right.
I began this campaign as a 35-year-old. I built my campaign on the promise that I was old enough to be president. Last year, I turned 36. Today, I am continuing that trend. Today, I am 37 years old. I believe the wisdom of our founding fathers, that they knew when they picked 35 as the ideal age to begin the presidential bid. They knew that most 35-year-olds turn 37 after serving a one-year term as a 36-year-old. George Washington knew. Thomas Jefferson also knew. James Madison, he knew.
Favorite former president?
Franklin Pierce. He got hit with an egg and he was friends with Nathaniel Hawthorne.
What's your stance on abortion?
Don't do it, but you can.
On the good side, I'm looking at the names of the other candidates besides Romney and Obama. I'm going to list some of them here, and I think you're just as famous as any of these people. Stuart Alexander, Gary Johnson, Catherine Lane. Has anybody heard of them?
No.
Andy Martin.
No.
Jimmy McMillan. You've already faced off against him. So.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he beat you?
He did win, but
so that's something to worry about.
Rent is too damn high.
I would agree that in general the rent is far too high.
You are my child. You're a younger man. I'm your dad. Every time you wipe your backside with Charmin toilet paper, it is controlled by the United States government. You're going to get poo-poo in a bucket, poo-poo in a cup, McDonald's cup. They have those large cups that are fitted. You can't afford toilet paper. You're going to have to resort to the corn cob like I used to use when I was a little kid.
There are going to be toilets. There are going to be toilets in America.
Mr. Ratliff,
We're
Mr.
going to have toilets.
I don't ask you what you have. Drop your pants. Did you shave?
We could easily
And
set up round two.
If we can be honest, he's running a joke campaign.
Yeah.
His campaign is
His campaign is mostly for humor.
It's a comedy routine.
So Tom Miller, Ron Paul, of course, is...
A lot of these candidates have last names that are first names, which is a no deal.
One more positive factor, we can look at the people who've officially withdrawn, and therefore you have outlasted.
Okay.
Michelle Bachmann, Herman Cain, Roger Gary, Newt Gingrich, R.J. Harris, John Huntsman, Fred Karger, Tad McCotter, Tim Pawlenty, Rick Perry, Carl Person, Buddy Roemner, Rick Santorum, R. Lee Wrights. Those guys.
Getting into the debates.
Oh, getting into the debates. I need to get into the debates. Langan, that's on you. That is our number one priority as far as the debates are concerned, is either getting into them or finding out a way that I can simulcast my debate while their debate is happening.
I feel like the second option is more viable at this point.
Okay, but let's prioritize the first option.
I have, but the problem is, one, your vice presidential candidate is not available for debates.
He's in Venice,
California. I'm gonna stop that right now. Let's not talk about Larry Hankin. He's not here at the moment, so
okay.
It's not
he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I love Larry Hankin.
I love him too. I think he's great.
Really great guy.
I think he's a great vice president.
Me too. I think that was one of the biggest coups of your campaign.
Vice presidential slot to any one of the 6 friends who gets back to me first. Friend Ross, friend Rachel, friend Phoebe, friend Chandler, friend Monica, or friend Joey. Whoever gets back to me first.
What if Gunther wants to be your vice president?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right now, the offer is out there to any of the 6 friends. 4 of them are on Twitter.
I spent all of yesterday promoting Cougar Town on Twitter, trying to tweet at Courtney Cox to get her to be my vice president. She hasn't responded at all. I've tweeted so many times, I haven't even gotten a retweet. Honestly, I did so many Cougar Town tweets yesterday. It was exhausting, and I thought I'd at least, like, I've stopped even trying to ask her to be my vice president. I'm just tweeting about Cougar Town. I'm just promoting fucking Cougar Town. And she's not even retweeting it. It's just like, this is your show. I didn't even watch Cougar Town. And it's just so hard. It's just so hard running for president. And nobody knows how hard it is. It's just Just over a year ago, Osama bin Laden was killed. Tonight, I am going to announce which person from the TV show Friends has agreed to be my vice presidential running mate.
Connor, this is Larry Hankin about that Veep thing. Yeah, sure. Talk to you later.
I will put a friend in the White House. We will be there for you, and you will be there for us too. We will never be on a break from helping the American people.
All right, Connor Ratliff, congratulations.
I think he's amazing. That's why I want the public to see him.
Well, unless they're going to hold the debates in California, then it's a non-issue.
Do they hold debates in California?
I don't know.
We
I'm
should
not
get-
in charge of debates.
We should find that out.
Who's in charge of debates?
We don't have
that.
It might
well,
fall
then-
under. That might be my responsibility.
All right, well then step up.
Partially me.
Running for president? Running for president of the United States of America? They had the window open, so they heard that. That was great. Be responsible with that. Throw that in the trash. Put that up there. Check out this thing, right? That's me. That's me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. That feels pretty official. I like it. Alright.
I think that was illegal. That was vandalism.
No, that was a bulletin board.
You put it on the side. That was
all a bulletin board structure.
If you take out that sticker, you might bust out the paint. You might rip the paint off.
No,
that's taxpayers' dollars.
Quality sticker. I don't live in this town. Don't use that.
You'd be president of the entire United States.
Yeah, if, when, right? Not yet. I've been walking around here just campaigning, getting good responses. More good responses, getting thumbs up from drivers. Hold this up, get a thumbs up. Hey, I got a thumbs up from the Pizza Hut guy. It's a national chain, very popular. Transfer some of that Pizza Hut popularity to me, and you got yourself a horse race.
So just regarding these numbers here, I'm not to sort of come down on anyone too hard here, but first off, someone isn't doing their job.
Well, I haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
So that might be.
Well,
do other people feel that way about
polling's not your concern. You're not.
But I mean, I've done.
Yeah.
I've come to a few meetings, but I haven't really done anything towards the campaign.
I think.
What is your job?
I'm rapid response.
What does that mean?
If somebody attacks, there's an attack ad or a speech, someone mentions Connor, I'll put together how we're going to deal with that as fast as possible.
You like jump out of bed and write a commercial?
Yeah, if it happens.
I was working at a Starbucks and Connor spilled a little coffee and I came and wiped it up and he said, "You did that fast." And he offered me a job in his campaign and I was excited to do it. So I quit my job at Starbucks and I started here immediately. Well, I had to give 2 weeks notice, so I started 2 weeks after quitting Starbucks.
And so far nobody has attacked him.
Which is good.
That bird attacked him.
The bird attacked him. that was our ad.
But we could have used you.
All right, so I didn't do my job, and I still have. We should do something with that. I guess I should put together something. I'll do that sometime later this week.
So my job is to respond as quickly as possible. For me, often that I should be responding within minutes, but I feel like if you get within the week, that's good enough. Because people don't want to hear a response right away. They've heard the news, they move on to something else. So I try to get back, a couple days later. If it's a weekend, I try to wait till Monday, because weekends are just a bad time to respond to things. People are, relaxing. So, depending on my schedule. So how quickly? Quick enough.
This is your chance to make history. This could be the day that South by Southwest launches the next president of the United States. Me, Connor Ratliff. Please follow me on Twitter, 35Ratliff2012. I want all of you to promise you'll follow me on Twitter. I don't have a lot of Twitter followers yet.
Now, Connor.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of our crowd right now might feel like your current message is manic, undefined, vague, and desperate.
Trust me, this is your one shot. 4 years from now, this place will be crawling with presidential candidates and wannabes. But you'll be too late. You can say, no, it doesn't work anymore. It's a one-time thing. We did that in 2012. Connor Ratliff came here. We all supported him. We voted for him. He's president now. He only served one term. If you're an Obama supporter and you want him elected again, you can run in 2016. 4 years would be a nice break, right? Right?
That's not how America works.
Oh, is South by Southwest about the way America works, or is it about the future of innovation?
Connor, are you willing to take questions directly from the voters?
Absolutely.
So I'll go ahead. Does anyone have questions? I'll come out right to you. Anyone have a question for an actual presidential candidate? Yes.
Connor, the last major party presidential candidate with facial hair was Thomas Dewey in 1948. How do you handle the facial hair bias existing in today's presidential politics?
I'm going to crush it.
Thank you. That was a great question.
If you want to think of it this way, you can think of 2012 as Dewey's revenge. We're going to finally make that newspaper headline, Dewey defeats Truman. Come true, man.
You are running against Harry Truman?
Sure, yeah. He blew up half of Japan. Come on. Dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan.
So you're saying you are against Harry Truman taking actions to end a 5-year war we had been embroiled in?
I'm just saying, it's enough time now that most people are not in favor of dropping nuclear bombs on Japan. His positions might have been fine from 1945, but they are way out of line now.
Okay. In order to become president, are you willing to wrestle the human fish covered in Crisco right now?
Yeah, not in my suit, but I'll do it.
Really? You will?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
But you don't have any other clothes besides the suit.
I've got a surprise for everyone.
He's wearing his own campaign underwear.
Connor Ratliff, do you wear your own presidential underwear every time you make a presidential appearance?
There is no point in denying it. I do. CafePress.com/35Ratliff2012.
Shoulders up. His shoulders up. Shoulders up. Somewhere in the world there is a fetish for this, and someone would jerk off to what we're watching right now.
Connor Ratliff giving you presidential hand signal. That is it.
My name is Connor Ratliff, and I'm 36 years old. That's old enough to be president.
35. In the day he sweats it out on the trail like a one-inch running machine. At night he dreams of millions of people screaming 35 is old enough for me. The election is coming, campaign's almost over. You should cast your vote in for someone who's old enough to run. It's gonna be a landslide. He's born at the right time, the White House. He's 35. I wanna know my president's name. But even more than that, I wanna know my president's age.
We are going to win this. The American people are more than ready for a 35 or slightly older than 35-year-old president.
Item number 7. Why is the New York Times ignoring me?
Langan.
I've been in this race for 12 months, and I've had 1 mention in the New York Times.
Do we know how many times Obama and Romney have been mentioned?
I've seen 365 times.
Yeah, it's more.
I mean, if you count, like, a day, any mention in a given day as one mention. let's say.
I have pitched profile pieces, and I have gotten back the same response. I'm not entirely sure who this is. This is an election year. We have a lot of news to cover, and I'm just not getting much traction.
Okay. What I would suggest, I mean, I know you're working hard, and I don't want to come down on you for this, but you need to get more aggressive with the emails. I would suggest something.
You say that, and I disagree with you. I don't think it's in the frequency of the pitch. It's in how you write your pitch.
You should be doing email blasts every hour on the hour. Emailing media, New York Times, Nate Silver, Fox News, email Neil Cavuto, email
That would be
Van Susteren,
destructive to my
email-
relationships with those people.
Dear New York Times, why don't you do your job and write an article about one of the people who's going to be
It's
president?
extremely aggressive.
I want to know if you were aware of my campaign prior to tonight. If you were aware that I was running for president, I want you to repeat after me. I will vote for you for president. I will vote for you for president. If you are just learning of my candidacy for the first time this evening, I want you to repeat after me. I will also vote for you for president. I will also vote for you for president. If we can replicate those numbers nationwide, we will have a victory.
Buenas, yo soy Orlando Lier, yo soy el director de los derechos de homosexuales y latinos para la compañía de Connor Ratliff. Connor y yo nos conocimos en una tienda de empanadas. Él me vio y me dijo como que habla un poquito de inglés y yo lo hablé, pero era un gringo loco ahí. Él es un tipo positivo, pero no creo que va a ganar, no tiene ideas de verdad. Él me dijo, tú eres como colombiano, así que de pronto te vamos a asociar con Modern Family, Sofía Vergara. Así que por eso es que me tiene aquí, de verdad.
Let's not, if we cannot play with balloons in the meetings, let's not. We just like, it's really not.
Sometimes it's good to have an activity you're doing while you're thinking.
Yeah. All right, so while we're playing with the balloons here, let's move on to the next item. We have Twitter.
Twitter. I need more Twitter followers, all right? I had a big...
What are you at?
I'm at like 545, something like that. I get almost no follow Fridays, and I need a lot more follow Fridays. Who here's on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter.
You're on Twitter, 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 you're on Twitter. Everyone's on Twitter. I need you guys retweeting everything I tweet. I need you retweeting everything I tweet. Okay? Favorite?
You tweet a lot.
I need you favoriting and retweeting everything that I tweet. Come on, guys. Do we want to work in the White House? Do we want to work in the West Wing and all live in the White House?
I
think we do.
I have a lot of followers that wouldn't appreciate me retweeting all your tweets.
Yeah.
I promise to follow you. On Twitter.
Would I say I'm a political person? I'm currently working in politics, and there are issues that I think affect everyone's lives, such as health, jobs, which all comes back to 35.
My plan is, when I get elected, normally the campaign like splits up where people get jobs, they get apartments or whatever, but I'm going to have everyone live in the White House, the whole campaign there, yeah. There's got to be like tons of rooms that aren't being used or being used for like storage or whatever. I'm just going to like clear those out and we'll all live there. It'll be super fun.
I didn't know that. I didn't know I was going to be there.
You're going to get your own room, man. I should be clearer about that, but I kind of want it to be like a fun surprise. Like, we're all going to live in the White House together. You're going to get a cool room.
Sounds really fun.
We should get bunk beds.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'd live in a room with you. I get top bunk. No, maybe I might want a top bunk, but have the lower bunk be like not a bed, but an office. So
or like a futon. You ever seen those?
Yeah, you can.
Top bunk is a bed, bottom bunk is a futon.
Yeah, I'll get you a bedinge from IKEA. Do you want a bedinge?
We should go.
It's like a super comfy futon. Let's go on the IKEA bus.
Yeah.
Let's go on the IKEA bus, and the cool thing we can do is there's you get that free bus, but there's a giant Toys R Us. We can like hop off the bus and go into the Toys R Us, and it's like the IKEA bus paid for our Toys R Us trip. We can go into IKEA for real, get meatballs. This is fun. I feel like you and I don't get to talk enough.
No, we've actually,
hang out.
Since you sent me that email asking me to be the campaign manager, we haven't talked that much.
I know.
Do you think Kevin likes me?
Kevin Hines?
Yeah. kind of feel like he doesn't like me.
Yeah, I don't think he likes you.
I don't know what I did.
Doesn't matter. Fuck him, man. I like you.
I just want everyone to like me.
I like you a lot. I'd give anything to do a Freaky Friday on you.
I'm sorry?
I would give anything to do a Freaky Friday on you. Like we're like Father Like Son or an 18 again or a vice versa or a Big. I just like switch bodies. Some of those are switch bodies and some of those are just like a kid becomes an adult or vice versa. But I would love it if we could do that and I could just be at 27 and you would just be stuck in this and you'd have to live like that. And then I just live a life in your body and just go around and be young again. I would love that so much.
If you want to do that, I'm okay with that.
I mean, it's not scientifically plausible. I feel like my hope is that by the time I reach the end of my life, like by the time I'm like in my 90s or in my hundreds or whatever, that the technology will be there that I can find a young person, switch bodies with them, and then they'll die in my old body, and I'll get to live out another full life. And if I can ride that out forever, if I can just, once the technology's there, then it's just going to be, the hunt is on. Like old people will just harvest young people, switch bodies with them, and then those new young souls will get transported into old bodies, and that'll be the way. You'll just like live forever. We should get back in the meeting.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing?
Yeah.
The balloons?
The balloons are a sign of victory. I have to have balloons with me wherever I go. They're a symbol of winning. No one is losing if they're around a bunch of balloons. If people see me around balloons, the assumption is victory is happening. Right? That's why I have balloons in the meetings. Keep getting hit by these balloons.
That's okay, man. People are doing that on purpose.
But I have to tell you, I won't be fazed by these balloons. Yes, it's fun. It's fun to play with balloons, but I have a serious announcement.
I need everybody on the record supporting me and voting for
Can we
me.
raise our hands in here if we are planning to vote for Connor?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to vote in the America.
What?
I'm not allowed to vote.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
Why not?
Oh, jeez, I wish I had known that.
What?
Not a citizen.
Orlando.
You're not an American citizen?
Yeah.
Are you Friston?
Yeah, he
was
for
it was an
I'm
optional
actually
currently not even legal. My visa expired.
I just am.
Well, we didn't hear
Orlando,
that.
are you fucking
We did not hear that,
Are you
Orlando.
kidding me?
Orlando, you can't say anything more.
It's not funny, Orlando. Are you kidding me?
Can you?
I've got you out there in public as the face of my campaign for gay and Latino outreach. We need to get him citizenship now, backdated. We need to retroactively get him citizenship.
Langan's not married.
I don't want to get into my personal life and why that situation exists.
All right. We'll table it for now, but this is on the table.
Yeah, I'm old enough. Yeah. 37. I just turned 37.
That you're going to?
No, that's a separate concert. We're gonna have a concert rally in September. We don't need. We can table that. Let's put that under Langan's wedding.
Yeah, we'll just combine Langan's wedding with that.
Oh, I don't want the
the organization.
In fact, the concert. The concert's
No, but
gonna be
we
a lot of
should.
fun. The wedding's gonna be
I
heartbreaking.
feel like we're jumping the gun on.
Concert's gonna be heartbreaking?
No, the concert's gonna be
wedding.
fun. The wedding's gonna be heartbreaking. Langan doesn't love Orlando. Orlando's gay, and I mean, on
From
every
a-
level, this is a disaster. But it has to happen. It
Just
has
hoping the
to-
concert's fun.
From a management standpoint, we're gonna want the same team on the concert that we're gonna want on that wedding.
Oh, absolutely.
So we might. That's what I'm saying. We
But
might.
I don't want to
wanna-
waste booking good bands for this wedding, which is a joke.
Yeah.
The concert's going to be legit fun.
Do we know for sure Langan doesn't love him?
Orlando can't consummate this wedding.
Yeah, but she might love him anyway. I feel like you can
That's
love...
even worse. That's like a Far From Heaven type thing. That's like Julianne Moore and Dennis Quaid.
I
God.
think love's beautiful.
Rapid response. Shut down right now. We do not need a rapid response for this. It's a sham wedding, and we're all on board. Like in this room. Don't call it that outside of this room. It is a sham wedding.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Connor Ratliff. I am 36 years old, and I'm running for President of the United States. The United States Constitution says you have to be at least 35 years old in order to be president. I'm 36. That is old enough to be president, so that's all you need right there. It's right there in the Constitution.
item number 10 on the agenda is the stadium blanket. So far, I'm the only person in the campaign who's bought one of these. I need everybody to buy one of these. You should be having these, going around with them, walking around with them. You can wear it like a cape. I need everybody.
I'll just put it out there. I'll put it on.
$60 with shipping. Can I just, we did that pledge before where everyone said they were going to vote for me. Can I just get a show of hands? Everyone who's going to buy the stadium blanket.
It's just really expensive,
It's a lot of
and
money.
it's so warm.
Have you seen how soft it is?
I know it's soft, but
And
like
this is like
Connor.
the softest.
Can I
blanket.
part of my honestly, and this is an honest question, why is it called a stadium blanket?
Because of the size.
Because of the size, you take it to like sporting events.
It's not.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's that we are too narrowly defining this as a stadium blanket.
Could
Maybe
be
we
a
need to pitch
picnic
other
blanket.
uses. Right.
Could be a picnic blanket. Could be a lover's blanket.
I'd
Right.
be more likely to
I
buy
would
a
not.
picnic blanket.
I understand no one's gonna. It's embarrassing. No one's gonna admit that they're ever gonna make love on this. But trust me, if you buy one, at one point, this thing is so soft. Everybody in this room at some point is gonna make love to
I
someone.
won't because I'll be in a sexless sham marriage.
Yeah, Langan won't.
Langan one.
Yeah,
Langan. Oh God. There's no one here is saying that you have to be faithful to Orlando. No one here. Oh, God.
I mean, we should
I
say
would
that. We
not-
should push for faithful.
No. Langan, let me just say this. I have too much respect for you as a person, as press secretary, and I'd like to think as a friend. I would not be forcing you to marry a gay illegal immigrant if I thought for a second that you were going to remain sexually faithful to him. Okay? That's not, I don't want that to be a concern. That is not on the cards. All right? You can step out on him 24/7, 365. All right? That is none of this campaign's business. I'll say it right now. Anyone on this campaign, if you're tomcatting around, it's on you. It's up to you. It's your life. I'm not going to judge that. If someone comes to me with a story and says, Will Hines is up to some naughty business, having sex on your stadium blanket with God knows who,
Would never do that.
the first thing I would say to them is, that is up to him. That is Will Hines' business.
I'm looking forward to trying to be a supportive and helpful member of the team. Positivity, that's what I'm about.
I think we're going to win.
People are talking about his age, and I think we want to keep people talking about his age.
It's going great. It is going much better than I had ever anticipated.
I think we're going to win.
Barack Obama and Mitt Romney are out there. They're playing outfield, and the game is all infield. We're in the infield right now, and we're going to build a field of dreams.
Yeah, I think we're going to win.
I have one agenda item that I didn't list on the agenda. I think everyone's going to feel pretty good about it, which is that I think that I'm going to win the presidency. And I want everyone just to think about that, how awesome that's going to be. And think about how that's going to affect everybody in this room, even you, Will. I know that you're negative. I know that I come down hard on you about stuff. But come November and then come January, you're going to be working and living in the White House. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be good for you. I think you're going to finally, whatever that dark cloud of gloom that makes you just like poison in any room you're in, finally maybe this will be the thing that maybe I'll have something like, hey, I helped that guy out.
Thank you.
I don't think that needed to be on the agenda. I think that was just
Yeah, that's why I didn't write it on the agenda. It was just an inspiring speech
Great.
that I made. Okay. If you guys want to keep on doing campaign work all day, I'm going to go to the park and campaign. I'm going to have a picnic on this blanket. And just have fun. Oh.
You take that out with you?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be campaigning with it, so if everyone just wants to do whatever the work, send those emails, set up that poster party, inspiring speeches, rapid response, passport, wedding plans, and general campaign management, right?
You got it.
All right.
We're gonna win this thing.
All right. You can have fun with the balloons now.
Do you know your way out?
Yeah. It's on the elevator. All right. We're going to win this. We are going to win this. Right?
gonna win. I feel like we're gonna win this. I definitely feel we're gonna win. Like, there's no way we won't win. I honestly believe now there's zero chance that we won't win. I feel like a rush. Like, this is what it feels like. This is what it's gonna feel like in like less than 2 months. I'm gonna be elected.
It started on the dance floor. It started off plutonic. Talking about who's seeing who now. We're face to face now. Isn't this ironic? I kiss you on your lower lip. In my head thinking, isn't this a trip? So we let the song play, do what the song say. I dip, you dip, we dip. We stop and get a bite to eat. Now we're hand in hand walking down the street. And there's still an opportunity for us to not cross the fine line of what a friend can be. I raise my hand and hail a taxi. You climb in too, now we're in the backseat. Pay the fare, now we're there, now we're in the back street. Both our hands make their way down each other's back. So now we're speaking without audibles, cause this entire play isn't audible. Now we're in your house, pull a shirt, pull a blouse till there's no news, no clothing articles. Feel like that R. Kelly song, taking off your dress. My mind is saying no, but my body yes. So here we go, on our marks, ready, set. The gravity is pulling us as close as we could ever get. So we both get the message. We know it's kinda late. We both feel guilty. We both feel great. Let's make a beautiful mistake. A beautiful mistake. A beautiful, beautiful. A beautiful. So we both get the message. We both hesitate. We both feel guilty. We both feel great. Let's make a beautiful mistake. A beautiful mistake. A beautiful, beautiful. A beautiful.
Go, Connor. Walk confidently.
They know he's not a threat.
There.
There.